from public to privately owned, from state-funded to individually run. We meet entrepreneurs, public officials, and mom-and-pop shops. Join us behind the scenes for exclusive interviews with determined individuals on their road to success. We are the Mitten Roadshow, and this is Wayland.
So, okay. So it's Jim, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, Jim, what do you do here? I feel like it's a car lot. I feel like it's a trailer center. I mean, there's kayaks. It's just...
It is definitely kind of weird.
Okay.
And there's probably no place else like it, but I've been fortunate and blessed enough to be able to pull together some things from my passion and create them into a semi-retired living.
Yeah.
So there is sea kayaks, and there is a handful of automobiles that I handpick because I still love cars.
Sure.
I've done it for 30 years. And thanks to the kayaking, the small microlight trailers came into play about 12 years ago, and that has really taken over almost all of my time. I so love these little trailers. I love the minimalist camping, and we do a factory direct relationship right through here all over the United States with the microlight trailers.
So, if you want to, Charles, I think you said you could turn that heater off.
So we can start again?
Yeah, sure. No, we don't have to start again. You can just...
I'm not playing with sound.
Oh, okay. All right. Whatever. So, you said originally cargo trailers isn't how you started.
No.
You got into it kind of like, you fell into it, pretty much.
Pretty much. The years of sea kayaking and minimalist camping with people my own age showed me around the campfire conversation that people were very interested in something that wasn't a tent, getting tired of staying in tent, getting tired of waking up with soggy stuff, but they didn't want to have a big camper, didn't want to have a pickup truck. The RV lifestyle was not what they were about. If there was just something out there that they could pull with the car that they currently owned, their Honda or Subaru or something. And so Microlight was just getting going. I found them by accident, went over there, talked to the guys, introduced my ideas to their building skills, and over the course of a few years, we became close. They started to build things that my kind of people would like.
Sure.
And here we are today, 12 years later, with customers from all over the U.S. just loving them.
So the Microlight, they started off literally just doing trailers on a bigger scale.
No, it was actually a smaller scale.
Okay.
They started out with this little bitty motorcycle camper trailer.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was just for cargo. It really didn't have much to do with camping other than you could throw your tent in there and ride a motorcycle. And after that, his mind got to going into more campery things, and the Microlight was built. Literally built from a drawing he had done on the table, and his dad passed by his drawing table and said, "Chuck, what's that?" And they named it the Was That. And that was the very first camper. And from the Was That came the Cargo Light series. There's now 3 sizes of Cargo Light series. from this size all the way to one that will swallow a full-dressed Harley, and several other medium models in there mixed and so on, a little pop-up thing, and
Yeah.
we call it the pup, and yeah, that's where it's at today.
So the whole cargo light trailer thing, you said they didn't have these roof racks, they didn't have all these fancy things. You kind of came to him and said, is it Chuck, right?
Yep.
So you came to Chuck, and he's like, this guy is just a little weird. Talking about you.
Exactly.
Like,
Yep.
why would I want to put a roof rack on this
Yeah.
thing? Like, why would-
Chuck's not a camping guy. He's a builder. He's
Gotcha.
a thinker. He's a strategist when it comes to engineering.
Mhm.
So camping to him, paddling in a kayak or a canoe is like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
And when he realized finally that there's people out there that would love to have a trailer that they could not only sleep in, but they could haul stuff. If they had to pick up plywood or drywall at the lumber yard, it fits.
Sure.
If they want to put their bicycles inside because they're expensive, they're lockable.
Yeah.
They want to put their kayaks on the roof, it works. And they can tow it with the smallest of small cars without straining the car,
Mhm.
move it around by hand, have a warm, quiet place to sleep at night, safe,
Dry, too.
lockable, dry.
Yeah.
There's people out there that would like that.
I mean, little things like even these little awning things, like that's just genius.
Isn't it
I mean,
though?
like it's super light. It has Velcro things
Yep.
that come down. I mean,
The Australians are wonderful people.
Yeah.
They thought of this roof rack system, and it even has a little screen room. I think there's a box back
yeah.
here with one in.
Yeah.
And you can close out the mosquitoes and hang out here in the rain or the snow.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
a lot
a
of
wonderful
uses.
thing.
Whenever I go to a campground with one of these, the people slowly come out of the large RVs and they come over and start asking questions like, "Do you sleep in there? Is there a bathroom?" Yeah. You know, all
there
the cool
heated
questions.
floors?
But
Like-
by the end of the day, when my campfire's going on and we're all outside yucking it up and they're inside watching television,
Sure.
I know they're envious. I
Yes.
just know it.
Yep. Yep. So this you said it's been like a 12-year venture.
It
like
has.
it's been going on for that long, and all of their contacts, everybody who wants to buy a trailer, originally went through them. Now, it's funneled to you.
It is. Yep.
So, and that's because of the relationship that you built with
Yes.
Chuck. And you said, "Hey, I've got these ideas. I love to talk on the phone, customer service, blah blah blah."
Yeah, it was the automotive history I have that gave me those skills,
Mhm.
and when we combined their building skills and the skill set that I had, it was very easy for them to let go of the inquiries that were continually stopping their work progress because they were on the phone and channel them to me.
Sure.
And then a website was born, so a lot of emails, then texting and so on. And I stay busy a good portion of my day just fielding those questions
Yeah.
from people that are interested from coast to coast.
Awesome. And you said your automotive industry. Now, what's your background? What's your history?
Car dealerships.
Okay.
I started out working a Chevrolet dealership, a Honda, worked in Subaru, Nissan, Acura. I was there when the first Hyundai dealership was built in Grand Rapids.
Fun.
And the pinnacle of my career, I was a General Motors dealer myself. And it's nice now to be back out of the corporate world, doing my own thing, and I just do this by myself. And it's very
Fun.
satisfying, very rewarding.
I bet. So that's why you do this. I mean, it sounds like you're just surrounded with everything that you just love to do.
You hit it.
I mean,
Yep.
I mean, even like there's a truck out there for sale now, and you're like, I just kind of handpick stuff. You know,
Yeah.
whatever I want to have, and
I go get.
I would sell too. But
Exactly.
it's just something that, I mean, everything I feel like, even the decor is just it breathes Jim, like everything about it.
Yeah, I guess so. I've accumulated some equipment and some contacts down south and out west to be able to go get vehicles that are totally rust-free. And I like picking on the 15 to 18-year-old Chevy trucks, things
Sure.
like that you just don't see here anymore that aren't all rusty, and offering them to the public. So
Yeah.
taking a road trip to Texas, it sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's close this week.
Yeah. Let's take a road trip. And let's
yeah, yeah.
So you've been in dealerships for the majority of your entire adult life, right?
Yes,
So that's the only thing you've ever done.
yes.
Awesome. And now you've got a place in Wayland that does a little bit of this, a lot of this,
Yep.
and then you have some kayaks too.
Yep. About 25 years is ago is when I started the Sand Auto LLC business.
Mhm.
So I had my own personal car lot for a good long time.
Okay.
Someone else took care of it for me while I went back and forth between new car dealership jobs, you might say, in and out. But Gun Lake Paddlesports was born from my love of paddling, so I just made it a DBA from Sand Auto,
Sure.
and that's where the Gun Lake Paddlesports came from. And then the microlight trailers came in last. So it's hard to know how to answer the phone. Do
Yeah.
I do Sand Auto, Gun Lake Paddlesports, or microlight trailers?
So what do? You like pick one?
I
at a
look at the
time?
number and see where it's coming
Yeah.
from. If it's from out of state, it's microlight trailers.
Sure, sure. That's fun. That is fun. So what do we expect from you in the near future? I mean, is there an evolution that happens you don't know, or?
We've decided, as far as microlight and I, that what we do now is enough. We really don't need to go any bigger. We don't need a larger building. We don't want more employees.
Yeah.
It's plenty for all of us. We're all getting a little bit older, and I think we'll do this until we're totally retired.
Gotcha.
Until we just can't go
Well,
anymore.
it sounds like you said, I'm semi-retired.
Yeah.
And it sounds like every weekend is just an adventure for you.
Well, yeah, it's probably more hours than the average bear works, but
Sure.
it's stuff that I would probably do anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you enjoy it.
very much so.
So talking about this is probably pretty fun.
Absolutely.
And going out and using them is even more fun.
Yeah. You can't get me to shut up once
Yeah.
I get talking about this stuff.
So is there a certain type of cargo light that you like over a different one?
For me, when I want to go kayaking, this one works real well because the height of it is such that I can reach the roof easy.
Mhm.
So loading those 18-foot kayaks makes it much nicer.
Gotcha.
And so that's my trailer of choice.
So this is your trailer of choice.
Yep.
And for me, I think I would like the other one with the flip up,
The one you can stand up in.
Quick,
I mean,
I mean,
it's
you can get in
much more
there.
convenient, much nicer.
fold down seats,
Mhm.
you can have a nice cushion bed in there.
Absolutely.
But I do love how, I mean, there's a red trailer out there, just like you said, it's small.
It is.
I
It's a little bit more teardrop looking.
Mhm.
It's got that sort of style to it yet. A little more roomy than a teardrop, but yeah, it's quite small. And there are some that have slept in tents where this is luxury.
Oh, yeah.
But there's others that have had 30-foot travel trailers where there's no way they're getting into
Yeah.
this. And,
Where am I
and
gonna
the
put my
one you
pots
can
and
stand
pans?
up in is about as small as they'll ever think of
Sure,
going. So
sure.
yeah, it's just a mindset where you've been.
Is there an advantage of getting the smaller teardrop versus something that's like this? Because they're about the same footprint.
They really are. The teardrop style opens in the back, a little more traditional teardrop, so you have a little galley area back there,
Mhm.
and some people really dig that.
Okay.
Others want the same footprint but a little more room, but the two small ones are all about towability. No
Okay.
matter what vehicle you own, I can't imagine one small enough that couldn't pull one of these.
Gotcha. And then the kayaks, I mean, you said those are 18 footers?
Yeah.
That's, I mean, I've only had a 14 footer, 15 footer, so it's, for me, and I was telling you earlier, like, I've gotten into one of these before, and it's, if you don't know what you're doing, it's a death trap for me.
It takes a little training to learn how to keep it upright,
Okay.
but it's not hard to get. Usually in an afternoon, someone can become comfortable enough to go out without those butterflies in your stomach.
Sure. Yeah, I was terrified out at Pitcher
Yeah.
Rock. I mean, ugh.
It's designed to take all of your gear with you for a extended camping trip. That's
Mhm.
why there's hatches front and rear, so you can put your tent and your water and your food and everything you need to just take off for a week.
And isn't it made for like aerodynamics so you can really cruise
They're fast, yes. They're
Okay.
quite a bit faster than the smaller recreational kayaks. They're completely watertight, so if you do capsize and you're 2 miles from shore, you can right yourself, you can get back in, and you can safely go about your business.
So is that the ones where they have the little...
The skirt.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's
So you just
watertight.
barrel roll it and...
That's the ultimate thing
Yeah.
to learn, but normally you just fall over, climb out, get back in, and empty the water because the cockpit's rather short inside, so you can get the water out.
Okay.
In the recreational kayak, the water just permeates almost the whole boat. You can't get it out, so you're
Mhm.
stuck. With these, you can get the water out, get back in, particularly if you have a buddy with you, which I recommend doing.
Sure.
And then off you go again safely. Warm or cold water.
Yeah, that's true. Now now what's your favorite place to go? I mean, is there any place in Michigan that you just like, I love to take these little
I
trailers?
love Grand Marais, Michigan, in
Okay.
the UP.
Okay.
I
Now
had
what is it
the,
about there that is just...
I've gone there enough times doing kayak display and demonstration that I just fell in love with the place. There's a little stone lamp on my desk, and this little stone holder right here
Yeah.
came from the artisans right from the shore of
Okay.
Grand Marais. It's a beautiful place to walk and look for rocks, tons of driftwood. You know, the UP is full of virgin woods and
Oh, yeah.
good places to hike.
It's very mosquito-y too.
It is, it can be, but the sunset on Lake Superior right from the shore of Grand Marais at the campground, there's nothing
beats it,
prettier.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's just gorgeous.
And then what is the farthest you've ever taken one of these?
Would be to Washington State.
Wow.
Went there to meet some of the representatives for Seaward Kayaks and got a chance to paddle. I can't even remember the name of the bay, but it was way out there. It was a
Yeah.
4-day ride.
4 day.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. And then when it comes to kayaking, is there anything that you haven't done but would love to do?
The
Like
bucket
any
list.
extreme things?
The
or?
bucket list included the wilderness area, the Quetico wilderness area in Canada.
Okay.
And when my daughter was, I think about 9 or 10, we went with 2 of her friends and 3 of mine, and we did a 7-day adventure completely away from everyone else over in the Quetico wilderness. So that to me was the best. And the next would be maybe Alaska. If I ever got a chance to go
Yeah.
paddle in Alaska, I think that would be.
I know Charles, he's behind the camera. Charles just went there and he sent me a picture and he was like, oh my God, you're not gonna believe this. A bear, like 10 feet from
Yeah.
me. Just like stood up and he's like, oh my God. Like, but it's normal,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just
So
like
wild.
you said, it's so wild and so like remote and just gorgeous. Like that's definitely on my bucket list too, to go
Yeah.
there and just, but I don't know if I mean, would you take one of these?
Absolutely.
So how long do you think it would take to get to you?
I think Alaska's probably 6 days one
Okay.
way, would be my
Wow.
guess.
So you would obviously not just drive there straight unless you wanted to do that, but you would probably drive, stay for a day somewhere.
Oh, for me, the trip is as much about the getting there as it is about the destination.
Yeah.
There's so many things along the way that are just interesting.
Mhm.
You can screw up your whole trip by stopping too much.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's what some people forget too.
Yeah.
This trailer right here, you said this one was your favorite.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about. I see some side hatches. Just kind of walk me through it.
They're built with dual function in mind.
Mm-hmm.
The secondary function, other than camping, is hauling.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a Honda Accord, say for instance, you don't have a lot of storage capacity there. If you need to go to Home Depot,
Mm-hmm.
you can buy your plywood and drywall and put it right in your trailer. Because it's a solid aluminum floor, you can't really mess it up. So when it's time to go camping, you simply put your cushions down, use your same Honda Accord,
Yeah.
and bring it up north with whatever gear you want to put inside or on top of.
Yeah.
Dual purpose is good. We learned from the first dual purpose adventure here that people had other things in mind. Like, what if I have a motorcycle or a quad, for instance?
Sure.
Could I bring that and fit it in here? It's not quite large enough. So we built one 1 foot taller and 1 foot longer, and you can slide a dirt bike in there real easy, a quad real easy.
And I noticed there was like when we looked at this one over here, over there, that there's microwaves. There's an air conditioner.
Yeah, that's the ultimate one.
Okay.
So we went from the Cargo Light to the Cargo Light Plus, a foot taller and foot longer,
Mhm.
fits dirt bikes and quads, and then we built the Cargo Light Extreme, and that is ceiling height a little over 6 feet,
Mhm.
sloped down to about 5'7" in the front over the counter area. It's longer, so it has a ability to have a larger counter. You can fit microwave, sink, cooktop, propane in there, furnace, that type of thing, for people who would really like to have a little bit more of the RV experience, but they still want to be able to pull it with their Honda Accord.
Sure. Yeah.
So 1,000, 1,100 pounds or so is what they turn out to be weighing, and they're still very towable with a 4-cylinder vehicle. But if you have a larger vehicle and you have a motorcycle, for instance, and you have a big motorcycle and it weighs almost 1,000 pounds because it's a Goldwing or a full-dressed Harley,
Yeah.
you can wheel it right in the back of that Cargo Light Extreme and then hook it to your 6-cylinder vehicle, because
Sure.
now you're towing almost twice the weight,
Sure.
and tow it comfortably from coast to coast to the motorcycle event, much like I'm doing in the next couple of weeks as I take one of our trailers to display at Bike Week in Daytona.
Okay. Great. And you said that you used to do an event Was it in Lansing?
Lansing hosts the Quiet Water Symposium at
Okay.
the MSU campus,
Okay.
and it's a great event. It's well worth going to. It's a one-day Saturday, and people from all walks of life that do things naturally, whether it's building a canoe or a kayak out of wood, or making rope, or creating body products, and so much more. The Department of Natural Resources has a presence there, and many people that are involved in environmentally friendly things and processes display what they have to offer.
You said it's one of your favorite shows to
It's
do.
a great show, and for years we've gone there. We bring 4 or 5 trailers, and when they open the doors in the morning, you start talking because
Yeah.
there's so many people. And they have classes, events, that you're learning things, and as they come and go, more people come and more people come. By the end of the day, my voice is
Yeah.
always gone,
Yeah.
and always a big grin because
Sure.
so many people are so interested in this type of thing.
And you said you're switching over to do the bike week because it's the same weekend.
It is.
Um,
It's the same week, and I know there's so many motorcycle customers out there that we've never reached out to. They find us by accident, so we're thinking this year, gee, what would happen if we actually went to them for a change and showed them what we have?
Yeah.
So we're hoping, of course, sales result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. And you're here in Wayland.
Yeah.
So are you a native?
Holland born and raised, but
Okay.
I've lived at Gun Lake for the last 27 years.
Great. So you live on the lake?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So you take these kayaks
Makes
out?
kayaking
Yeah.
easy.
No need to haul. You just drop them in, right?
Right on.
So what made you decide to move to Gun Lake? Was it just
I had a chance to be transferred to Florida for a dealership at one point, and I was transferred to northern Florida in a very small town back then. It was called Chiefland. It's a little larger town today, but it was on the shores of the Swanee River. I'd never been in the country before for a lifestyle. I fell in love with it. So
Right.
when it was time to move back here with my job, there was no way I was going to go
You're-
back to a neighborhood when I could live, out a bit and
Yeah.
on water if possible. So that
so
was
that's
good.
what happened?
Yeah.
Great. So like I said, you're in Wayland. Now, you said sometimes you have a hard time answering the phone because you don't know because there's so many businesses that are run here. How do people get a hold of you? Is there a Facebook group or a phone number?
There's just one telephone number,
Okay.
and my phone number is 269-217-3029. It's my cell phone. It's all I have.
Yeah.
I have a email contact that is info@gunlakepaddlesports.com, so that can be emailed that way. But phone, text, or email, it all works, and I try to work by appointment.
Cool.
I have an office in Indiana where the trailers are built, so some days I'm there, some days here, but given a little heads up, I'll be where a customer needs me
Sure.
when they want me there to
Well,
the
just
best of
like
my ability.
Yeah, just like yesterday, I said, "Hey, what are you doing? When can we schedule something next week?" He was like, "Well, towels tomorrow," or So
Yeah.
it sounds like you're pretty flexible,
Very much so.
and you're basically just, you're here for them, for the customer.
Yes. Yep. And just about everything takes some forethought by a customer. They don't
Sure.
just stop by and buy a trailer a minute. They think about it first, talk to me first, and then by the time they get interested enough to actually want to, come and touch one and see one, it's easy to make that appointment.
Yeah. Now, something like this, what does this cost?
Something like this is just under 7,000,
Okay.
and a person can spend over 10 on the larger one that hauls the motorcycle.
And there's custom stuff. I was here earlier, and you were on the phone. Somebody wanted to change some things.
There's some parameters that people
Sure.
can deal
I mean,
with.
like if you want to take the back hatch out structurally, you got to change some things. So
Yep.
that's that can be expensive.
Yep, 1 door, 2 doors, 1 window, 2 windows, things like that we can do. Minor changes in the cabinetry we can do. And of course, the optional things can come or go with a person's desire.
Gotcha.
With
So
or
you could
without.
really deck one of these things out.
Yeah, the most expensive one we ever did was an Extreme for a customer out west. He picked everything on the order list.
He was like,
Just checked everything.
checked it out.
Yeah, he emailed it to me, and I'm like, holy cow.
yeah, all that
I
stuff.
hope we can do all this at
Yeah.
once. And it turned out to be a $15,000 Extreme. That's the most expensive one we've ever done.
But even for $7,000, I feel like that's a pretty good price point. That's not that expensive for the dual purpose and everything. I mean, you're getting a closed-in trailer, which people would spend, $4,000 for
Probably.
a boxy one.
Yeah.
Now this is a super light where you can almost haul exactly the same thing and camp in it.
It's ready to be camped in. You simply plug it in, and the lights come on, and all the systems work inside, the electrical outlets. You don't have to do anything special. It's just like an RV from that perspective.
Yeah.
So we feel like it's a good value.
There's lights in there. There's outlets.
Mhm.
There's
Even
foldable-
outlets outside.
It's genius, really. I mean, it's probably an evolution thing too.
It is.
I mean,
and
it probably didn't start off with outlets on the outside.
No, the thought process is 100% all from one fella, and
Mhm.
his name is Chuck Ornduff. He thought of the original design. He's brought it to fruition, and there's some things on the table now that will be next year's innovation.
Sure.
Just amazing, cool stuff.
I heard you talking about possibly some solar powered and.
We've been with the solar powered program, and now solar has come to be so handy for people. They can buy it in a remote briefcase.
Yeah.
And so we stopped with the roof panels and all that, but things just keep moving, and they keep getting better and lighter, and the LED lighting that we put in a couple of years ago made it so you can put one battery in the box in the back, and you can go for a week
Yeah.
and have lighting and your fan in your vehicle.
And not even worry about recharging or whatever.
No
because
worries.
There's
And if you
zero
do want
draw.
to charge it, you just hook your little briefcase solar to it, recharge your stuff, good to go again
Yep.
for more weeks if you need.
Great. So thanks again for meeting with us. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for coming down. What you're doing for the community is just super.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about it. It's so unexpected.
Yeah. Well, don't forget to call him up because he's got the trailer and some kayaks for you. Also, don't forget to like This Is Wayland and share this with your friends because we really have some amazing things that are going to happen. We've got an event planned for hopefully next year and one for this year too. So
Good deal.
we'd love for you to come and be a part of some of the events too.
You can count on me.
Cool. That's it.
Perfect.